Welcome back to Pokemon Lost Silver Google Translate Edition. The area... Okay, wait, no, we read that. The area... I'll just read it again. The area I was in itself was a germ of a tower with a fixed column, as before, only now all appear red. I went to the north. I feel like an eternity. At some point, I finally some common men and women in PC. They were all lined up in the direction of a long column in the north. Middle slantish. What is a slantish? They were white, and nothing happens when I try to talk to them. I cut off in the north until finally appears as a transparent red at this point. I went to the red, and without missing a button, I suddenly engaged, and finally in the battle, the music starts again. It sounds again as unknown radio music, but it played backwards. Golden fight back sprite adjust. You were front with bloody eyes, white skin, and a lack of weapons, while the red sprite that clear as before except GSC. Text simply said, wants to fight, as if he has no name, and both of us only have one Pokemon, which is strange as I have sworn I had 6 with a nose. My Celebi went easy with the rear half of the sprite to the sprite, so noise and animation brilliant is different, and the sound becomes more scream. Attacks used consecutively. Red sent a seemingly normal man Pikachu eyes, but him at 255, and his sprite seems sad and has a tear in it. Tear? I don't know. Instead of the usual fight menu of fight item Pokemon run, I was the only option to use considering the attacks. So Celebi has only one. I chose it. Of course, as Pikachu level 255, he went first. Pikachu used Curse and lowered the rate of increase on its other characteristics. I'm not sure if Pikachu can use the Curse. Shalabi used to die the song. In 3 turns, both Pokemon KO. Not like I have a choice. At this point, he did not even go back to the menu battle when the battle just continued without me, so pay attention that there is no animation for some reason. Pikachu used Flail. Much damage has been done despite his level and increase his health, which exceeded. Celebi used Song to die. Nothing happens because it has been used. Pikachu used Disappointment. What a shit ton of damage done, knocking Celebi less than 10 HP. Celebi used Pain Split, which surprised me as how Chalabai did not even have to attack first. Celebi and Pikachu are now more than 150 horsepower. Pikachu used Mean Look. If I can center the freaking screen. Pikachu used Mean Look. There is no such thing did not, as expected. Declined in the aftermath of the song's die. My Celebi fainted, with the exception of the text. It is what is called Celebi is dead, and instead usually leave the screen animation made Celebi back sprite just disappeared. For some reason, that Pikachu's silence even killed songs, and not expect that it will be my loss. Pikachu to use yet another attack from the restriction on the 5 attack. Pikachu used Destiny Bond. Then it was Pikachu dead. With slow census of animation. Apparently, I was the winner. Transparent red sprite appeared and said, ... I don't know. At this point, I do not care how transparent red sprite suddenly beheaded. And nothing but a transparent body. The battle ended at his point and then disappears along with music. I returned to the top of the world with a further amendment to the gold sprite. He is now as transparent as overhead red sprites. Quickly, I checked the profile of Gold, except in fact, the only thing left of his head with transparent skin. The head, which increased somewhat, showing a black void in his eyes. Now, however, he found 40 icons. Then I back up and checked my Pokemon. They were level 20 shiny unknown, which then wrote out no and read no more. I was about what I know that now, close to the end. There was not, apparently does not play music, but somehow I felt like something was really here, the wrong here. I went back to my room in New Bark City. Maybe I'll finally play this game properly, but who am I kidding? I knew who the frick sadistic need to do something. I went into my room to interact with things. I'm a little afraid to go up the stairs to expect There, notice I said go, as in the background that is moving. Gold could not move his limbs, transparent at all. By doing so, all those sprites to see only swim in diamond pearl. Slash girl. As expected, radio, computer, and TV did not work, so I had no choice but to go down the stairs. I ended up in the same basement of my house. Everything seems normal, except Mom is not. After an unsuccessful attempt to interact with everything in this space, I decided to go out. To my surprise, I did the door. Whoa. Outside the south, do not. And instead, I'll just go through them into the void. I went to the south to see what the hell was going on. My home disappears to the south, in the emptiness. It was strange. Like when I went into space, on a gold outline of a transparent sprite, become white to contrast with the pitch. Finally, I reached the white area and gold sprite turned black and transparent. I continued south without thinking to stop at all. After a long trek south, I finally found something. It was a gold regular sprite. I talked to him. He said goodbye forever, especially in the period between the space forever ended. He has disappeared, and when it happened, said it is used question mark nightmare. I would. This point does. I do not deny that this is possible. Gold has no choice. Rope animation spinning slowly down as before. I'm in a small space, surrounded by graves earlier. Or, at least, I say go back. As there is a sprite, I tried to leave but did not move. Not just bumping into the wall of noise. I checked my trainer profile with absolutely no gold sprite left. Whoa. Okay, give me a second. My computer just zoomed out. There we go. Okay. I am in a small space. I gotta recenter this. I'm in a small space, surrounded by graves. I'm really sorry. Or at least I say go back, as there is a sprite. I tried to leave, but did not move. Not just bumping into the wall of noise. I checked my trainer profile with absolutely no gold sprite left. He said that I'm zero icons, and the images of all the leaders of Johto Journey at the bottom were replaced with skulls. I checked the Pokemon of all stages were 25 unknown. As expected, it spelled a phrase that I dared to read. I'm dead. As soon as I returned to the upper world, the room I was supposed to be something that is then covered with the same blocks as the walls. I then realized that the room exactly was the final text has been said. RIP. ... This room was a large tomb. I almost saw it said bomb, which is surrounded by other graves. Gold was already dead. He probably died a few years after he won the race. What? He was a young coach who, despite his efforts to collect as many badges and attempts Pokemon Master, is not in a position to avoid the fatality of death, and his efforts were ultimately the next generation of oblivion. I was not able to, from this text, regardless of the fact that I pressed to avoid. I tried to lose the game, and the same thing happened when I finally decided to abandon this terrible nightmare. After this experience, I will never look at the gimmick unknown the same. They say that the first generation has tales and legends, but the second generation showed me how unpleasant the truth may be. In the end, I enjoyed Soul Silver immensely, but I can still not remember what I unthink Safilaya what? Case Sufilaya, just a student living alone in an apartment. I am delighted with the what? Why is it repeating? Soul Silver, movie. Soul States in the State. This is literally the same story, but again. Well, that was Soul Silver text-to-speech edition. Thanks for watching, and see you later.